Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars, and let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today. We're going to start on this 4-hour time frame and then move on to higher and higher time frames after that. But starting on this time frame, then notice how we got a bit of a rejection from this critical area of resistance that I talked about in yesterday's video. As I mentioned as well, if we get some kind of rejection here, we need to look towards this ascending trend line in the Bitcoin price. If we are not breaking down below this with candle closes, then we don't need to be extremely worried about some kind of massive breakdown for Bitcoin happening. If we start breaking this ascending trend line, which currently is sitting at about 115.3K, then we can start seeing that as a short-term warning signal. Therefore, overall, I am actually still just bullish on Bitcoin, even on this 4-hour time frame. And something else you may notice here is that we do not have any kind of bearish divergence on this 4-hour time frame as well, and we don't have any bearish divergence or something going on this 1-day time frame. So for now, there are no huge warning signals showing up just yet. We're simply in this area of resistance for now. In the short term, if we do end up breaking down below that ascending line of support that I showed you, then it could start to look like a rejection on this daily time frame as well, which we could see as a short-term warning signal. But overall, even if we were to fall as low as 113K in the Bitcoin price right now, so long as we're holding above this ascending trend line, guys, I can simply not be bearish on Bitcoin, and I am still targeting higher prices for Bitcoin. Now, in terms of the next bullish confirmation in the short term here, if we're talking about this next week coming up, for example, then we do have an important level to break at about 117K. If we break through this 117K level with a confirmed candle close, then very likely after that, we are also heading up into this next area of resistance from 119 all the way up to 120K. Now, let's take a quick look at this Bitcoin liquidation heat map, first of all, on the 48-hour time frame. And notice that right now we have liquidity to the upside at about 117K, and to the downside at around 114K. This is quite normal because over the weekend, we have not seen any extremely volatile price action. It has basically just been an orderly walk to the downside a little bit, and then the entire move already getting retraced here. So overall, not too much really going on during this weekend. Of course, altcoins have been doing some insane things. I should really get back to posting the RT1M altcoins videos, but I will get to that soon enough, guys. Now, if we zoom out to the 2-week time frame, this is starting to look a little bit more bearish, but before you draw any conclusions here, let's first take a look at the data, okay? So we have a big pocket of liquidity at about 113K and even as low as 109K. Now, is this a time to be extremely bearish on Bitcoin? As far as I am concerned, the answer is clearly no at the moment, because you don't know how long this is going to continue for. It is actually very risky to be trying to short down to about 113K here unless you actually start to get some confirmations, for example, on these lower time frames of that actually starting to happen and us breaking critical levels of support that I showed you. Until such time actually shows up, it makes more sense to just be bullish on Bitcoin and be looking for higher prices to be reached, even if it looks ridiculous that things are still pumping, because the pump can continue for longer and stay stupid for longer than you are able to stay solvent shorting a massive move to the upside like this. So be careful with trying to short even while there are some big pockets of liquidity to the downside. Lastly, let's take a quick look at the Bitcoin ETF flow tables, because yesterday on Friday, we actually saw another massive inflow into the Bitcoin ETFs, which is having an upwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price. And before I close off today, guys, I quickly wanted to give a shout out to the Exchange Hawks Twitter, which I will link to in the pinned comment of this video as well, because on this Twitter account, I share a bunch of campaigns and stuff that exchanges are currently running, so you can get deposit bonuses, in this case, even 100% loss protection if you are creating a new account with this link that is in this tweet, for example. So there are a bunch of huge bonuses on LBank, MEXC, Blowfin, WeX, all the exchanges that you guys are trading on. If you simply keep an eye on this Exchange Hawks Twitter, you will see a bunch of these campaigns being posted, and eventually the exchange that you are on will also be posted, and then you can take advantage of these campaigns that are being ran, right? So go ahead and follow Exchange Hawks on Twitter if you are interested in that. But regardless, if you do end up following or not, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.